Good morning, ChefConf. Derek, thank you so much for that intro song and that great video. Everyone, welcome to Derek Mazzoni from KEXP, our DJ for today. How you doing this morning, Derek?
Doing awesome.
Absolutely
awesome.
I'll say. How about the opening music? Pretty good, right? Yeah?
Thank you.
This is our 6th ChefConf. How many of you have been to 6 ChefConfs? Let's hear it. Incredible. How many of you have been to 1 ChefConf? This is your first one here. Let's hear it for them. Six years ago, I came to my very first ChefConf. And as I sat in that audience with a couple of my friends and colleagues, what I realized was that this community was everything that I ever wanted. At that very first ChefConf, I made the decision I had to come work at Chef. I had to come be a part of this community, help it grow, help it succeed, and grow into what it is today. Thank you all very much. This week truly feels like a family reunion to me, and I hope it feels like a family reunion to you as well. We as a community, we as a group of humans are coming together. We are fundamentally changing the way that this world works. We're changing the way that our businesses work. We're changing the way that IT works. We are building and we are delivering delight. It is awesome. We have some great community momentum over the last year as well. So let's talk about some of those things. First of all, just a couple of weeks ago, I'm happy to announce that we shipped Chef Client 13. Chef Client 13 represents the very best in what we collectively have learned and discovered about how infrastructure automation works. And Chef 13 is only possible because of everyone in this room. There are contributors from around the world that made Chef 13 possible. This year, we've also expanded beyond infrastructure automation into compliance automation. We've welcomed to our community those who have a security bent, those who care about compliance, and understand that they can achieve, and we together can achieve, the same awesome that we have with infrastructure with our compliance and security. That is awesome. As our community continues to expand and grow, we've now also started looking to our application development friends. And we're using Habitat now as the very best way to build, to configure, to manage your applications. And there are more than 5,000 Habitat packages currently published on the depot. That is an incredible feat from this community. Over the next 2 days, I want you to get the most out of ChefConf, the very most that you can. The way that you get the most out of ChefConf is by being present here, by understanding that this is a unique opportunity. You're here together with hundreds of your closest friends and community mates. This is the time to get together, to learn from one another, to share with one another. Now, maybe you've just started your journey with compliance, with continuous automation, with Chef. You have great stories to tell already. And we are here and want to hear those stories. Maybe we can offer some advice for those of us that are further down that journey. And maybe we can learn some things about what it means to be new to this community again. What it means to be new to this idea of automation. How many of you in this room have ever said the words, "I'm too busy to automate"? I know I have. How many of you have said the words, "There's an auditor coming, let's get him or her out of the building as fast as possible. That's our job"? How many of you have cursed the recipe that you wrote that had to deploy your applications? Yeah. I'm sorry. But Habitat will save you. It's going to be great. This is an amazing opportunity for us to all learn from one another. And in fact, there's already been a lot of learning that's happening. Let me hear a round of applause for those of you that attended a workshop yesterday. We had an incredible number of workshops running yesterday. We also had summits running yesterday, summits about community, summits about leadership, summits about partnerships. So yesterday was an amazing day, and we capped it off with some karaoke. Yeah, that was pretty fun. And this week, we have, for the first time ever, an opportunity for many folks here to get chef certified. This is the first time that we've offered this at ChefConf. If you're currently signed up to take a certification exam, let me hear from you. All right, that's great. We've also just recently announced and launched the very new Learn Chef Rally website, representing the best way for you and your teams to get started with chef and all of the technologies and processes that you need to adopt around that. It's super awesome. If you haven't had a chance to check it out, I absolutely recommend that you do so. Come by our exhibit hall later today. There's a Learn Chef Rally place there. You can get a lot of information. Now, today, we're going to start this morning with keynotes. We've got great keynotes from Barry Christ, from some customers, from some analysts. It's going to be a great morning. And then this afternoon, we'll break and then go into our session tracks. And I regret to inform you that, again, this afternoon, you have a very tough decision to make. There are 6 simultaneous tracks that are running. And unfortunately, you yourself will only be able to attend one of them at a time. I'm sorry, we have not yet automated the splitting of humans so that you can attend multiple. But maybe you're here with coworkers. Maybe you're here with other friends. This is a great opportunity at lunch to sit down with the schedule and plot out your attack plan. Make sure that you're not going to the same talks. Make sure that when you are in those talks, that you're learning from them and taking those learnings and experiences back to your coworkers who couldn't be here. Maybe you're watching the live stream. Hello, live stream. You will not see the tracks, but they will be released later. You'll get your opportunity to see them. Tonight, we end with game night. There's so much going on that you absolutely must have the mobile app. If you have not yet downloaded the mobile app, please go on your phone, grab that mobile application. There you will find all of the things that you need to know about ChefConf, and we will keep you up to date with any schedule changes and so forth. In that mobile app, you'll find all kinds of resources and information available to you, including a bunch of great spots to go and check out while you're here in Austin. Austin is an amazing city. There's lots of great art, lots of great food, lots of great fun for our community. Another thing that you'll find in our mobile application is our code of conduct. We are so happy that each and every one of you are here. And we welcome you. We are glad that you are part of our community. And we want you to understand that everyone here loves, cares about you, and wants you to be better, wants you to be more successful. So we capture that in our community code of conduct. We capture some rules, some guidelines about how we should behave and how we should treat one another. Now, also in this room and throughout all of our activities, you'll see some chef coworkers of mine that are wearing Code of Conduct crew t-shirts. You'll be able to identify them. They're a tangerine orange, maybe kind of leaning towards salmon, maybe kind of leaning towards some other color. We debate the color of the shirt all the time. But the key is that we're all here to help each other and look out for one another. And so I ask that you do that. Now, the other thing that I want you to do is take care of yourself. You're sitting in a room with hundreds of people. This is probably not the way you spend the normal day in your life. As we are here connecting with one another, you may find that you need a minute to disconnect. You need a minute to have some quiet. Maybe you got paged because you're on call and you need to go put out a fire at work. Find a nice quiet space. There are plenty of them around the facility here. Now, another way that I ask and invite you each to connect with one another is through Slack. If you have not yet joined our community Slack, now is a great time to do so. It's at community-slack.chef.io. Join that community Slack team and use that. But honestly, it's probably not best to use it while you're here. While you're here, we have this great opportunity to talk to one another live. You shouldn't talk to each other with your fingers this week. You should use your mouth and your ears because we're all in the same room. But use those Slack connections as you leave ChefConf to keep those connections going. Now, I also want to tell you about a Twitter contest that we're going to run. We're going to be watching 3 different hashtags: ChefConf, HabitatSH, and InSpec. And we're going to, tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow afternoon, we will select 3 winners, one for each of these hashtags, whoever had the top tweet. And that winner will receive a special prize. It will be one of our amazing t-shirts from Fine Southern Gentlemen. So you got one design maybe last night, or you'll get one today. You can get the other design as well by using these hashtags. I would love also to thank our sponsors. Let's hear a round of applause for all of our sponsors. Our sponsors make ChefConf possible. They make it available for us to have a great community celebration Wednesday night. They're giving us great food down in the exhibit hall. They're really awesome. Not only that, but they have great tools, technologies, and services that will help you on your DevOps journey. I encourage you to visit with each and every one of our sponsors. Over the next 2 days, I want you to connect. I want you to connect during the breaks. I want you to connect during our sessions, but not too much connecting during the sessions because the speakers, it's their turn to speak. So connect quietly during the sessions. And I also want you to connect with a hug. But I know that some of you might not be comfortable with hugs. I had a conversation just yesterday with someone who said, in my country, hugs aren't a culturally appropriate thing. So how do I bring this love of community back home with me if I can't bring hugs back? Because if I try to bring hugs back, it's just going to be awkward. It's not going to work. So we had this great discussion about, well, if you can't do the hug, why? What does the hug represent? And to me, the hug represents that I'm looking at you and I'm saying the work that you do is important. And I recognize the value of the work that you do and the effort that you put into that. And sometimes you might be having a bad day and you just need a hug to make it better. Or sometimes you did something incredible and you need a hug to celebrate. And when you hug me back, I feel the same things from you. You value my work, you value my contribution to the community, and you're here to celebrate or you're here to lift me up. For without that hug, without that, we won't succeed. And we will succeed together through that hug. So if a hug is not your thing, think about what else could you do? What else could you do to show that respect, to show that care, and to help lift that other person up? One thing that might work really well if a hug is not your jam, take a selfie and post it on Twitter or your other favorite social media sites and tag it with chef friends. That's a great opportunity for you to avoid any hugs, but still show everyone else here that you care, because we will succeed together as a community. So you may have walked in by yourself this morning, but I want you to know that you are now all part of this community. Everyone in this room is here to help you be better, be stronger, and work more efficiently. So if you truly believe that you're here to help the rest of our community, I want to hear a round of applause.